you about to do?
Vacuum the shavings out.
Keep pumping. You're doing great.
All the way up to the gear.
Yep. All the way up to the flex plate. It's called a flex plate. You helping?
Yep.
Keep an eye on those clearances. You still clear?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, all the way up to the gear, right?
Well, we might have to trim the floor some more, but we're gonna get close so that we can see how much more of the floor we're gonna have to trim. Is that going up?
Keep going.
You're a good helper. Turn the shop into a track. It's in their blood. Well, as you can see, we're getting close. You're getting the transmission on that dowel pin. I lack about an inch. But she's just not gonna give it to me without cutting out some more. So, we're gonna... tight, very tight, so we're gonna cut a little bit more out, try to massage this tranny up in here. Looks like we might just get it. Of course, I think this engine's gonna have to tilt just a smidge. I'm literally touching this transmission tunnel. I don't know if you guys can see it back here, but this is a crossover that the seats are bolted to, so major structural integrity. I don't want to have to cut into that. And if I wind up having to, then I'm definitely going to have to come back and reinforce that, because that's a major component of the structure of the car. But getting some bolts in, and then I should be able to let this thing sag a little bit at the angle. Once that's set, tack weld those engine mounts where they need to sit, and then we start working on the transmission tail housing cross member. So more progress. We got the laser out, and I'm sitting dead center in the cross member chassis hole, right through the center of the rear differential. This has an offset differential housing and the input shaft. Oh, sorry about the laser there, trying to get out of it. It's offset. So that's on the passenger side of the car that it's offset. And with my drivetrain sitting square at the front, I'm offset to the passenger side there. So it's not exactly the same. There will be a teensy bit, but I'm sitting, see? But that would have been how the transmission would have set if the engine was square. Now, I don't know on the old one. But I've got a small block Chevy perfectly squared up in the cross member. That's dead center. This output shaft on the transmission favors the passenger side a little bit. So where it bolts into the differential favors the passenger side. So I'm thinking it's pretty squared up in here. Wow. Anyway, we'll keep at it. Okay, on the final part of lining up the drivetrain. So I'm pulling up the tail housing of this transmission. Right there's the center. And then the input of the differential are dead even. So anytime you take a drivetrain and give it angle, you're going to lose power here, because now it has to turn, and then when it goes through a set of U-joints into the rear differential, you're going to lose horsepower there. So ideally, if you can go straight in and straight out, there's 0% losses in having to change an angle. I'm sure it's probably some trig function that my professor went over in trigonometry that I didn't pay attention to. But I've got this perfectly centered in here on this transmission tunnel. I ran the laser forward and aft, so the drivetrain is perfectly in line with the rear end. I've checked, rechecked, double checked. I can't see any reason I think this is where it's going to sit. So I've got a transmission jack and a ratchet strap holding the tail housing of this transmission in, so next I'm going to have to come up with something to support the tail of this. But in the meantime, I'm going to try to fish a welder either up through the bottom and tack those engine mounts up there where they need to sit, or I'm going to find a way to crawl up in the car and weld it from the top. But trying to sneak out every ounce of power we can and keeping it nice and level. So we'll keep going. I got my little helper in the shop. She's learning how to set up the welder. So first thing we can do, turn it on. Reach up here, turn my gas on. Alright. We're gonna be welding Synergic, so put that one over till we go to Synergic weld. There's Synergic. I'm using 35 thousandths wire.
What?
Hit that till we go to 35 thousandths. And I want 125 amps.
I only have 20.
125.
Oh. Wait, you said 125?
Yeah. There we go. Welder's all set up. We'll get set up to weld these engine mounts. And because my film crew up there while I tack these, so she's far enough away and won't see the flash. But you close your eyes anyway just to be safe. Still got your eyes closed?
Yeah.
Alright, next one.
Hold on a second, Dad.
Alright. Ready?
This is really hot in here.
Come on.
Hold on.
Do it all the time.
Oh. I'm just scared the sparks are gonna get me.
They will get you. Ready?
Yeah. Can I open my eyes?
Yep.
Okay.
Stop filming. It's a good thing that's a bad crank. Yeah. We're finally calling it quits. We gotta shut the doors too. Did you get to work on the Starion today?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do on it?
Like Daddy will.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
We're calling it quits.